Retail sales. Retailers reported their monthly sales numbers. How'd they look? Market Watch's Andria Cheng is here to tell us. Hey, Andrea, how are you?
Good.
Haven't seen you in a while.
I know.
Where have you been? We're on vacation for a couple of weeks. You've been busy. Now you're back. Tell us how retail sales looked. How'd they look?
Well, actually, pretty well. We know like this. So total number like 3.9%, like beating estimates.
That's the month over month. That's the same store sales number.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So that stores open a year ago.
Yes. Yes.
You know, that's the major metric in the retail.
But if we kind of like look down, because the number was partly dragged down by.
Was that a good number?
It
doesn't sound like a very good number.
Well, when you basically it was like dragged down by Walgreens, like they had like a decline. So like that was like kind of hurting the number a little bit. But if you kind of take the drugstore out, like sales actually did very well. So we have like, for instance, like TJX, that they're like parent company of TJ Maxx, and Ross stores both up 10%, and then they raised their first quarter guidance. And Target and Macy's 7.3%, and both of them they raised either the profit or sales forecast. And Gap, like for the second month in a row, they beat estimates. And
Gap did.
Yes, yes. So analysts across, yesterday we had like an upgrade, from Piper Jaffray, and then that's followed other like analyst upgrades in recent weeks. Basically, it looks like Gap, everybody's calling, like a turnaround at Gap is finally like we're finally seeing that. So
what are we in 15 years? Waiting for the turnaround at Gap, right?
It's been a while.
It's been a real while.
The new CEO from a few years ago, right?
Right, but what you have seen at Gap is that when you go to the store now, this spring, one of the biggest like drivers for consumers this spring is like we see all these like pants and shorts, green color, green, pink, all these like different color denim or like bright like tops and all that. That's like really kind of like apparently with top with the warmer weather, like it's apparently the second warmest in the last 100 years in east of Rockies. So that's like really kind of get consumer in the mindset
Colored
to
jeans.
Yes. You should get yourself a pair or collared khakis.
I am plain blue Levi's. That is it. Is the only thing I will buy. I've told my wife nothing but Levi's. Just regular. I'm a very boring guy. I don't want colors. Yeah. I find it. Oh no, go ahead.
I was going to ask, have retailers seen more people actually shopping too? Have they been saying that the weather has impacted the traffic in their stores? Yeah.
So definitely like the weather, as well as like we know like Easter this year like comes like around about 2 weeks earlier, so that's really helping the sales like in March. But then stripping out those like kind of like those factors, it seems like there's definitely like some underlying demand like with the consumers. So one of the kind of like caveat heading into April is that because of the Easter shift, a lot of the numbers are definitely kind of like the forecast for April like are lower. But I talked to some of the some professors and analysts this morning. It's definitely looking like they're saying like we see the job number slightly improving, and then we have like savings rate is coming down a little bit, and even though there's the big shadows of the gas price. So that's something that people are watching for to see if that's really going to take a dent out of consumers.
Now, we don't get Walmart; they don't report the numbers like this anymore. But we did get Costco, right? What did they do?
Well, Costco's number 6%, so they did miss, but
they missed.
Right,
sounds like a decent number.
But that's on top of like the last 2 years. They were like comping like over 20%. I just like saw a report saying that. So overall, the underlying number is still very solid. But but then so across the board, you have Target, and all the way to the high end like Saks and Nordstrom reporting another like strong month. So it seems like consumers are definitely showing like, okay, if you put out with interesting merchandise that I haven't seen or I don't have in my closet,
like colored jeans.
Yes, I mean that's definitely one of the big boosts that we see in a lot of stores across the board. We just haven't really seen that in quite a while. And analysts are saying they expect this trend could possibly like continue for the next 2 years. So that will be interesting to see.
So are retailers building up their inventory, or?
Retailers, like, because basically they learned from the recession, as far as like they were kind of like caught like off guard with a lot of inventory. So they're definitely kind of like still like trying to kind of keep it. Basically control the inventory. They don't want to like kind of build suddenly too much, and then you have to end up discounting that.
Yeah, and I bet they'll start back to school sales before school year is even over. They don't miss a beat, those retailers. All right, Andria Cheng, thank you very much.